Since we had a complete review about the inspector, let's start using the keyframes over here and start animating. This is the easiest way to do simple animation within the edit page. Later on, you will go to the Fusion and things will become a bit more complicated, or you will use it for complicated animation. Let's start animating the position on the X and Y. So let's say after 1 second, so I will use Shift right arrow to jump 1 second. And then at 1 second, I want the position to be just over here. So I will click on the keyframe and a keyframe is created. Notice I'm on top of the keyframe now, it's red. You also notice that in the clip here, you already have access to the curves and the keyframe editor. Let's go back to the first frame of the clip. I press semicolon and click and drag and move the clip just like this. Okay, so obviously it's gonna be at minus 1280 because our video is 1280 by 720. So now I have a very simple animation where the clip is coming from the outside. As simple as this. Alt / or Option / to play between the in and out point. Here you are, very simple animation. Now let's open the keyframe editor. I will click on the diamond. Now we can see that the transform has been animated. This is the transform over here, and something in the transform has been animated, and we can see the keyframe. If you want to see what's animated, you come to the arrow just on the right side of the clip next to transform, and if you turn it down, now you notice it says position. That's what has been animated. Let's come back to this keyframe. You can use the keyframe navigator over here on the position. You can see it's animated. I will go to the previous keyframe or the next keyframe. I'm there. I'm gonna keyframe the opacity now. At the first frame, I can use the keyframe navigator again, put it at 0. Okay, so now notice I have two animation now, one with the opacity and one with the position. If I play, here you are. It's quite cool, by the way. So if you want to see in the composite what has been animated, you scroll down and you can see this is the opacity. Now this is pretty cool. Let's go to the next keyframe just over here and keyframe the zoom. Okay, so we're keyframing the X and the Y zoom. In the keyframe editor, you notice zoom X and zoom Y has been keyframed because there is the chain link. Let's go back to the previous keyframe. Here you are, and put the zoom to 0, for example. Let's play the clip now. Here you are, pretty cool. Okay, guys? So you notice you're creating a very nice transition. But of course, you can do much more than that later on. So now this is how to work with the keyframe editor. More keyframes you add, if you do a rotation, they will appear over here. You have your right arrow to turn them up or down. Let's go to the graph editor now. Let's press shift and go up a bit. Now over here, I can see several graphs. I hope you can see them. There is the opacity. If I point on it, I can click and select it. And you know the trick now, you just select it and make it an easy out if you like. Something like this. And then I can pick the other one, the position. And then I have here the zoom Y. And select the keyframe, can ease. Let's go now to the zoom X. Of course, zoom X is on top of zoom Y. So if you come here and remove zoom Y, you are going to have the zoom X. You notice I clicked on it already. And you notice it is already eased out exactly like the zoom out. So this is the graph. It's actually pretty easy to use. And you can see all the positions if you like, something like this. Okay, so you have all the graphs here and you can work on them. Now, if I play, here you are. We did some nice animation. It's a nice transition. You know, this guys has been very easy to use now. The keyframe, the inspector, add all your keyframes and animate the way you'd like. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope this was very useful. I'll jump into the next lecture.